for some people, that's all they know. And it's definitely set in a darker, harder world to live in with, the concept of a lot of sort of what ifs. And there's a lot of what ifs in our own history. So, but this definitely builds on that. And there's zombies. Yeah, I forgot to mention that, huh?
Zombie.
Yeah.
Zombies
in this one. Read that one.
Yeah. In my opinion, if you really like adventure books, start with Bone Shaker. I've not read Before the Air or that series, but honestly, Bone Shaker really solidified my love for steampunk.
And it has a lot of strong characters, which it's hard to find in the steampunk world because a lot of it just deals with sort of the aesthetic, Well, Bone Shaker has so many really strong characters, and Sherry Priest definitely thinks it through. Who is this person? What are they doing? And adds that anachronistic feel to the characters. Strong women characters set in a Civil War period. Strong characters of color or racial descent, whatever it happens to be, in that era, which, historically speaking, we all know it wasn't really the case. So that's another thing I like is it takes that, not only anachronistic time and mechanics and whatnot, but also people themselves. So. Next. I'm done. No, I'm not. Almost. So steampunk. Fun? Yeah.
Do they have a semi-steampunk feel to them?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Their period.
Actually, yeah.
We have the new one with the Android.
Yep.
Yes.
Android.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
you kind of left out.
Yeah. But why? Why is it steampunk? Why is it? What's the big word that I've been saying?
Because it takes place in Victorian.
Anachronism. Because you're taking something that you know, Pride and Prejudice, right? I'd say we've all read that. That's completely a lie. And
We
you're
don't know it.
It's a great story.
It is. It is. You're all familiar with it. It's a concept. Characters that maybe you don't even know that you know in some of these books. Or Abraham Lincoln, great President of the United States. Vampire hunter?
Secret Life?
Well, and it also addresses, if you don't mind me saying, it also addresses the aspect of the weird that people find in steampunk, be it Weird West or H.P. Lovecraft. It brings that element that people commonly bring into steampunk.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I should just do like a study on this. I was, of course, talking about Bone Shaker and telling all about Bone Shaker. And then what did I say to make you all go, ooh, zombies. Don't really get it, but
You get it, you love zombies.
Steampunks love zombies.
That's true. Steampunks do love zombies.
I think like a lot of people just
I-
Yeah, well, steampunks. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, we're under a lot of steampunks.
Yeah. Right, so. We're going to jump quickly. Not only are there books, a lot of comics have been coming out with that steampunk feel. Mostly because they're easier to write. You see steampunk webcomics, you see steampunk regular comics, graphic novels. Right?
So good.
This is phenomenal. It would be great if they made a movie about it, but they haven't yet. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't lie to me.
We have a movie section where something like that might be mentioned.
Doesn't mean it's good.
But the graphic novel really is amazing for the extraordinary gentleman. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl Genius again. Webcomic.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
Aw,
Yeah, no. I'm here because of you. Anyway, so again with webcomics, because it's easy to get that, to write a novel, to get it edited, to get it published, that's hard. But to do a webcomic and throw it online, how easy is that?
It's
Sorry.
it's a bit interesting.
But it's easier than writing a novel or getting a comic published, or these things. Again, steampunk is very do-it-yourself. That attitude of I'm going to do it, and that's why the market's almost getting flooded with steampunk aesthetics in comic books, web comics. Where did I put that? Did I leave it there? Next slide. I didn't. Okay. And other things which we'll get to later, like web series. So, that is steampunk in sort of a
Literature.
visual literature type thing. Any quick questions?
Well,
No? Good!
Well, I think the big reason that we start with literature is because steampunk, unlike other aesthetics, was spawned from most of them are spawned from, say, music or movies or something visual. Steampunk is one of the few aesthetics that has popped up lately that has been found its roots in literature. So we like to put that foot forward.
Yes.
Read.
Read.
We're supposed to be a well-read bunch.
Steampunk read.
Yes. Dark read.
Which is good. It's about time we bring back good literature and reading into this.
Anyone want to talk about anime?
Yeah,
Technology, right?
I think it's a combination of a couple of us. Yeah. So, anime. Before we go to the next slide, let me just say that anime is something that is incredibly steampunk.
it's
Steampunk
not.
elements. I know you'd say that, but there are a lot of elements of steampunk in anime, even early anime. I was watching Ninja Scroll. I was called Samurai Scroll. That doesn't exist.
Not yet.
Not yet, exactly.
Copyright. Ninja Scroll, and a number of their weapons have a very steampunk, very chain and attack feel to them. But there are particularly a lot of the newer animes that have been coming out are incredibly steampunk, including Last Exile. Has anyone seen Last Exile? Yeah. All right, a couple more people than the people that
Excellent.
Last Exile is one of the more amazing animes that I've seen lately as far as applying steampunk aesthetic and still keeping good characters. What you will see in Last Exile are ships and air battles. Now these air battles are not fought with two ships shooting each other. They actually drop down little cargo bays and people walk out onto these planks and very Civil War, American Civil War style, fight, pull back, second string goes in, fight, and they try and shoot each other off of each other's ships. There's that word again. It's combining that element of the element of very almost World War I flight outfits with Civil War battle styles and giant airships that could never have existed 50 years ago and probably don't exist now.
They could have it.
So-
you were just lazy.
Look at this.
A flying tank.
That's an airship. What's this?
Water.
No, that's clouds.
How that man stands on clouds.
It's an anime. But again,
There, just be glad there are no tentacles.
Oh,
So I do recommend you watch Last Exile if you're looking for an anime that you've not seen to do that. Next, Full Metal Alchemist. Do I even need to say it? What's that you say? Automail. You jam mechanical instruments onto someone's body, and they use them. Wow, amazing.
It's incredibly sexy.
Who's seen, which movie?
Stop
Full Metal Alchemist?
I'm totally blanking.
Shyamalan?
Yeah, who's seen the opening of that?
wait, what?
Yeah. Tell me it's not steampunk.
The opening of what? What did you say?
Conqueror of Shyamalan.
It screams steampunk.
Gears like the size of this building moving to open doors that are skyscrapers.
And now, the other big aspect, and I brought this up earlier, there's the aspect of the weird. The fact that they are using alchemy is very much, not so much Lovecraftian, it's a little bit different, but nonetheless, it is still that element of the weird that gets associated with it that a lot of steampunks tend to cling to. Yeah, we can go to the next one.
Of course.
Steam Boy! Anybody see this one?
Yep.
Okay. It's one of those movies I have not finished yet, so I'm not going to talk about it, but if you look at the aesthetics.
Horse Dave.
I know!
Now, with obviously
You stop the girl beat the
Boy is steampunk. Last Exile from Alchemist, they have steampunk aesthetics. Oh yeah. Are they steampunk? Well, let's argue if you want to say that something just has an aesthetic that makes it steampunk. Either way, this And it's great because it. Oh, is that the ball? Is that the thing?
There, next one up. That's fine.
Okay, he has it. This great power source that they're fighting over to run this giant city, and then of course this father arm, and it's all this mechanics and science and technology, all literally run on steam.
Also, the steampunk element of like do-it-yourself is really huge. Like the little cycle you see up here, he built that in his backyard, which is a big common theme in steampunk, which is build it yourself, like work out, like backyard or attic inventor making something.
We love DIY.
And something that we didn't actually mention yet, but particularly now that you've seen a lot of the animes that we've made a case for, the Japanese really take to a lot of steampunk aesthetics, whether they think about it or not, specifically because back in the Victorian era, back when the Industrial Revolution was started in Japan, they were forced into it. They had been living for a very long time, closed off from the world. They tried very hard to keep their borders absolutely closed. And when they opened them and they started industrializing, the emperor actually said, if anyone is fighting this industrialization, that is considered treason and you will be killed. So instead of like us saying, wow, this is great industry, we can make things work, we'll ease our way into it, they were told, like this or die.
Which is why, if you, in our American horror movies today, what are we afraid of?
Monsters!
Monsters.
Ghosts!
Paranormal. Things like that. If you look at Japanese horror movies, what are they scared of?
Giant monsters.
Well, Godzilla. Well, Godzilla. If you look at a lot of their horror comes from machines. And that's where that comes from, is because I don't want to say it's unfamiliar to them, obviously, today they're technologically way past.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you're forced to do something. You better do it well or you're going to die.
Yeah. So
We just kind of like it. They were like,
within the anime genre, you see a lot of that, even in like Big O. I mean, steam, literally.
It's not about having that clear, polished look. It's about having everything shown, all of the mechanics.
So we need to talk about this.
not this much.
But here's the thing with his stuff. Are any of his movies steampunk?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, he's all steampunk influenced.
Maybe that one.
That's
about it.
If we were going to make the case that any of them are 100% absolutely steampunk, it would be Howl's Castle.
But within all of them, there is an aesthetic, be it clothing, be it mechanics, be it, the furnace in Spirited Away. Was the rest of Spirited Away?
No, it was more supernatural, to be honest.
It's definitely more supernatural. But at the same time, these elements just keep coming out at you. It's like, wow, all over the place.
Alright, I think we move on to Professor Marvel, who will talk about the wonderful moving pictures.
So, we talked a little bit about an anime, the aesthetic. With television and movies, more so than literature, when you're writing a steampunk novel, you're going for, a lot of movies and TV weren't actually thinking about being steampunk when they conceptualized, basically. It was like they were looking for an aesthetic. They knew they wanted this color palette or these gears or this kind of thing. We're going to talk a little bit about a web series that is incredibly steampunk that didn't know it was until someone told them they were. So next slide. Warehouse 13. Has anybody seen it? Awesome. Incredibly steampunk aesthetic.